have here again another example of compile-time polymorphism or the method overloading. We'll create a program applying method overloading where it uses the details method. The first details method is for the name. We'll combine the entry first name and last name and we'll display it to its uppercase. And the other details method is displaying for the age this year. Okay. So let's try to code this one. So we'll create new file and then ang gagawin natin, ilalagay natin lahat sa iisang file yung ating methods and its Java application class. We'll name it info app. Then we'll put here a comment. So we'll have first the class that will hold for those methods. So we'll name it class info. So hindi info app yung ipapangalan natin kasi later on dito na rin natin i-declare yung ating Java application class. So we'll have it first muna info. And then we'll now declare for the first method details. So this time, gagamit tayo ng void as the return type. Then details. Then, ang requirement is i-combine yung first name and last name. So therefore, we'll be needing two string values. String last name, string first name. Okay. Then, ano ang ilalagay natin sa loob ng details method? So, i-combine natin yung first name and last name. So, we'll just store it into another variable. String complete name is equal to first name concatenate plus last name. Okay, so we'll put space here para kapag nag-combine sila, may space in between the first name and the last name. And then, we'll display it to its uppercase. So, our return type is void, so will not return. So, better yet, dito natin i-display. So, system.out.println. So, we'll label it complete name. And then, we'll append the variable complete name. Since i-display natin siya into uppercase, so we'll have it complete name dot to uppercase. Okay, now let's proceed to the next details method. So this time, ang return type natin ay returning value. So therefore, we'll not use the return type void. So let's analyze age yung i-return natin. So ang type is int. And then next, we have the another details method. So ano kaya ang pwede nating ilagay sa parameter? Sabi dito, you will display for the age this year. So, hindi yung current na age mo ngayon. So, may tendency na magbo-birthday ka pa the next month. So, analysis dito is kung ano yung age mo ngayong taong ito. So, ang entry natin is yung birth year. Okay. So, dito pa lang, nagkaroon na ng method overloading. Same method name, but different parameters. This one, it has two string values, while this one, integer value. Okay, let's analyze. So, we'll compute for the current year minus the birth year. So, we'll have it int age is equal to the current year today, we have 2021 minus the birth year. So, ang gagawin na natin dito, we will return for the age. Why? Because our return type here is int and it is not void. This is a returning value method. So, we'll return age. So, ang gagawin natin, ilalagay lahat natin ito sa iisang file. So, dito na rin tayo magde-declare ng Java application class. Ito na yung i-declare natin as public class info app. Okay? And then the main method. Next, Kung gusto nating magkaroon ng input from the user, so pwedeng idagdag natin yung import java.io. So we'll use buffered reader. Then buffered reader br is equal to new buffered reader, new input stream reader system. And do not forget the throws IO exception, since this is buffered reader for handling errors. Now let's analyze what are our inputs. Our inputs are last name, first name, and birth year. So for last name and first name, we'll declare it as a string. We'll label it L name and F name. While for the birth year, we'll label it BY. Okay, so we'll label it first name. And then the receiver is variable F name declared as a string. So our input statement is just simply br.readLine. And then another for the last name. And lastly for the birth year, you'll have it BY. Since birth year is an integer, so our input statement here is integer.parseInc. br.readLine. Okay. Now let's declare for an instance of the class, which is class info. Okay. So info, maybe I, just simply I, is equal to new info. Okay. Then now let's access the first method details. So we'll use the reference i.detail. Okay, so dito pa lang, makikita nyo na yung mga suggested parameters under the details method. So dito pa lang, there is already method overloading. Same method name but different parameter list. So we'll start first with the two string values, last name and first name. So here, last name and first name. It is named as L name and F name. So L name and F name. We have the another details. We have the birth year. So for this birth year, it is represented in this one, BY. Okay. But take note, hindi tayo nag-display dito. It returns the value of the age. So dito tayo mag-display. So system.out.println. So we'll just label it age. Just append i.d. So I hope nasundan nyo and you're not confused with the void method and the returning value method. Okay, so let's try to run this one. Okay, first name, Macon. Last name, Mendoza. Birth year, 1989. So, complete name. Yun, nag-display yung complete name. And then, nag-combined yung first name and last name, and at the same time, it is converted to its uppercase. And then, kinompute rin yung value ng age. Meaning, yung naipasang year, which is 1989, naipasa kay birth year. So, 2021 minus 1989 is 32. So, the answer here is 32. So, pwede din, if prefer nyo na two integer values, so gawin nyo tong int current year, then this is now current year. Okay. And then, dito nyo na lang ilalagay yung fixed na value ng current year. So, example, int cy is equal to 2021. We'll initialize it as the year today. So, ngayon, yung integer values natin dyan is dalawa na. So, idadagdag na natin dito yung cy. So, yung cy, which is 2021, and then, kung ano man yung i-input ni user, and then, i-compute niya yung age. Okay, let's try to run if it will work. same. Okay? So, I hope nasundan ninyo kung paano ang method overloading. Thank you and good day.